The first night he crashed, but the following morning he awoke early and spent hours roaming the rooms, touching the gleaming surfaces, and spent the afternoon tanning at the infinity pool. He called his assistant Carolina in Atlanta and asked her to order in Mexican, since he did not know how to do it himself. Once the food arrived, it was promptly given to the security guard at the gatehouse, who gave it to the bodyguard, who silently placed it in the kitchen. Maria, his housekeeper and chef, knew to plate his lunch as usual, since she assumed G would not know where anything was. The day flew as he soaked up the bountiful sun on his $2,500 lounge chair. His skin turned a golden brown, and with his Afro-Latino genes, he only needed one day for a tanning reset. August had turned to September. The sun burned late, seeping into a Bloody Mary sky, which contrasted the bay turning dark blue. G smiled when he finally saw the hint of dolphins. With less boating activity during the COVID lockdown, the bay had seen an influx of natural wonders. He rode the newly installed, high-speed, burl wood and chrome elevator to the tower balcony to take in the vista and the apparent sea life before the sun went under. He walked the length of the terrace and saw languorous dolphins jumping and a manatee gliding near the surface. Then he turned to the dense property and tower next door. The old estate was seemingly deserted, so he was shocked to see a nurse with an ancient, ailing woman on the bayfront concrete dock. From afar, he could see the sobering image of an intravenous bag affixed to the wheelchair, set against the more whimsical candy cane-striped, decaying poles implanted in the bay, like he had seen when he was on tour in Italy. In Venice, they were called pali da casata, and his tour guide revealed that they distinguished each palazzo and beckoned guests and their gondolas. He had been told the neighboring property was vacant, yet here they were, 2 inhabitants, venturing out to see the late Miami sunset. So there is someone living next door after all, G thought to himself. He remembered an elderly woman in Bogota with a lone stray hair sprouting from her chin, who made him rice and peas when he was an orphan. Older women and the sisters in the orphanage had always loved G and cooked for him when he was young. He knew, even as a child, his slightly crooked smile melted hearts. Did the old woman still cook? Perhaps she was too ill. He saw the unlikely pair silently looking out toward the arts district to the right and downtown to the left. Suddenly, a plane overhead took their gaze towards G, standing outside on his balcony. The nurse shielded her eyes with her hands, and the woman in the wheelchair adjusted her dark sunglasses as she looked up at the plane and then directly at him. It was G's natural instinct to wave, and as he did, she immediately looked away. Not an exactly friendly neighborhood, he thought. She motioned for her nurse to wheel her promptly inside. It was just as well. Like many of the women in his life, Elsa SloanBarrett disappeared in an instant, never to be seen again.